Okay, beautiful soul. I very clearly heard from the spirit. The message for this collective was the creative outlet will heal you, and it's gonna trigger so much magic in your life. And you don't have to put pressure on you to make money off of your creativity, but for this collective, this is the pathway for you, using your creative gifts to make money. And it's not like leave everything and start doing that, but start to take actions to do that. Start to take actions in doing that and prioritizing your creative gifts, really prioritizing it even if you don't know what's ahead. And I want to share when back in 2017, when I was just like I was being inclined to pick up a paintbrush and start painting. I didn't know anything, but I was just like, whoa, what is this? I want to do more of it. That kind of feeling. And I remember, like, you know, be I just opened a YouTube channel, and I just painted what the guy was painting, which was a small house and some mountains with a tree and all of that, and a sun, like a basic scenery. And I started to paint that, and I was at that level, very, I would say I was just learning, and but that I was following that nudge, like then I would have the idea of to click the a picture of the sky and then start to paint that. Then I would have another idea, and I was following them without knowing what's gonna happen. And I see spider on my wall right now. What is it doing there? I'm tired of the spiders and the cockroaches that keeps happening over here, where I don't, where I live right now, like Rishikesh. It's like the rains, and I don't know, that cause lot of spiders in the house. And the people who have made the house, they should like take care of it, maybe make the house in such a way that the insects and the cockroaches, I'm like really tired of the cockroaches in my kitchen, because I have done everything. I don't, anyway, let's get back. Anyway, so I was following that inclination, but I was doing it just in my personal life. It's not like that I was putting my art out there or anything else. But then what happened, at that time, back in 2017, between 2019, I was getting out of college, and it was just a lot of pressure on me to get to, I was like, I don't want to go back home, so the only thing that I knew, like, oh, I need to get a job, and so that I can stay like in another city and not have to go back to home. That was like, so that's why I wanted to get a job. But then I could never stay in any job for more than a week. The one job that I stayed at longer than a week is when an artist hired me to color their murals. They were making big murals, and they could not color them, all of them by themselves. But then so then I got that job. And but before that, before even I got this, I was one time I was just randomly, there was just instinct inside of me to start posting on Facebook groups if anybody needs a painter to paint their wall. I did not know how I got that idea. It was literally like, because I never thought of something like that. I never, at that time, I never even paid attention to that people are doing that, okay? But then I was just posting on the Facebook groups, and then suddenly I received a call around, like, not a call but a message that, hey, we are at Bhimtal, and this is a new guest house, maybe you could come and paint. And I was like, cool. And then at that time I did not even know, like, okay, I deserve money, I should ask for money, but I just went there because they said, it's you can live here. I was like, cool. And I was so young, and I didn't even check, like, Google, like, what place is this, what guest house is this. But I went there, I just trusted, like, it was like I was being led by someone beyond me. And that's why I was safe, I don't know, it's creativity just opens this door of magic, pure magic. And I went there, And then I had like 7 days of stay free. My food was free all 3 times, and I had this amazing view and experience. The experience that I got, it was all beautiful. But now, like now I know like I should charge also. But at that time it was beautiful. What I got was beautiful, and it's just like, okay, I could do something like this. But at that time I didn't had so much confidence. And then few months later I got this, like where an artist hired me to paint their murals and all of that. And then I got then the COVID happened. Then I was like, I was inspired to open my YouTube channel. And but at that time I didn't know anything, okay. I was very unsure, but I kept following the path. And then because I was following my creativity more than like anything else, I was just like being led so far. Like I've turned into this honest and integrous human. It is so beautiful. My entire generational like family line like lives in lie, lives in shame. And I personally, because I grew up in survival, there was a lot of survival in my family line. Everybody lives in survival, and it's sad to see and makes me feel ashamed also. Sometimes I've been dealing with that shame around that. But growing up I have to steal from other people's, other children's tiffin, because I wasn't getting enough food back at home, and every day I had to do that. And even in college I was like, I didn't know how to. It's recently when I learned that, okay, I need food, I need to have proper food. And learned over the years, in the past 3-4 years, God was teaching me and all of that. But now I feel settled into that learning, and um but to be, I do not think so if I that I would have the strength if I was not following my creativity, you know oh my god, just give me a moment. I was just making herbal tea for myself, so I had to turn the gas off. Okay, so what I was saying was that I would not have been able to deal with my deep trauma, sexual trauma, abuse, survival, pain, and like the grief of not having that relationship with my parents, or the grief of, and the deep sadness and helplessness and the powerlessness that I see when my father, drinks alcohol and eats animal, like chicken and all. I don't like it. I can't change it, Or when I see my mother in that very painful relationship, and or like the shame, just the family thing, And I see my siblings, the relationship that we have, it's very painful. Um, it's like sad, And I got that strength with my creativity to deal with all of this, because it's very challenging and very sad. And um, because not all of your creative gifts can be monetized. I mean, yes, definitely it can be. But what I intend to say was that if you find like God is pushing you, and God is, I know God is, and you're not hearing it. That's why God put me right now in front of you to tell you that follow that path that God is leading you to. And if you are unsure, have this conversation with God, that God, put me on the path of creativity that leads me to big money and deeper levels of fulfillment. You deserve. And because I started to follow my creativity, I could rise above this limiting belief, like, okay, I don't deserve money, I had to sit with those limiting beliefs. And then by dealing with them, I had to come in alignment that I'm ready to be a well supported artist, I'm ready to be highly loved artist, I'm ready to be well paid artist, I'm ready to be, you know, just very loved, very highly trusted, highly supported artist, you know, all these beautiful things. Yeah, because my creativity triggered that. Me following my creative gifts triggered that kind of up level. You know, it gave me that kind of strength to sit with those limiting beliefs and navigate them and rise above them, to question myself, to sit with all that pain and sadness. You know, trauma work is very important. I love that. I want to do that with my clients, you know, feeling our feelings, processing them. And yeah, that somatic level kind of, you know, meditations, it's all so beautiful. But creativity has its beautiful role, and this collective needs to follow its creativity, you know. And it's like the strength. No matter what, there are going to be challenges, and there are going to be bigger rewards, bigger rewards, you know. It's but that rewards only come to you when God tells you, like, hey, start that business, put your work out there, because you creating something and offering it to the world, talking about it, you need to have high levels of self-worth, right? You need to believe, and believing in yourself, in what you create, you know, it requires strength, it requires a lot of self love. So when you start to make it happen, you can't do it side by side. Increase in your self love, it is gonna happen. It's gonna, like, you starting a business, it's gonna do that for you, you know. And so yeah, that those rewards, that big magic happens when God tells you, like, hey, start that business, start offering it to the world, start offering your painting, whatever, dance, and you create your own outlet, you know. Some people start shops, some people start social media, some people go home and put their pace, whatever, you know. That's between you and God. I know gods and goddesses of creativity and, like, inspirations and ideas will guide you and lead you to your unique path. But you know, when God tells you to start that business and offer it to the world, your creative gift to the world, and you open that door, you take that first step, the magic start to happen for you. But when you're like, oh my God, I'm scared, I can't do it, but then you shut that door on the magic that can come, the healing that can come, the up level that can come with your, in your lineage, through you, you know. So the door will be shut if you don't start that. And even if you're scared, you know, I you guys, I get so scared, like, I'll tell you, tomorrow I have to pay my rent, and today I don't know I have the money for, like, next 3-4 days of food, that's all. Okay, and tomorrow I don't know how. So far I have been here on YouTube, you have seen me going through a lot of challenges, you know. Some of the dark and low days. And it's not even, not only the financial challenge, it's the shame, like, oh my God, because I'm in this position, I can't go and hang out with people and give friendship a chance, love a chance, romance a chance, because I'm in my darkness, I'm dealing with shame, I'm dealing with fear, I'm dealing with survival. How can I let all these things? It's painful and it's sad, and it makes me cry. So the challenge is there, but the strength is also there, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I want to rise above my fears, my limiting beliefs, and the path is through all of it. It's not that you escape or you just bypass all these things. We do face them, and we do have the full support of the God in facing them, you know. And yeah, just like having a creative outlet will heal you. And on this path, there's bigger magic. Don't let the fear scare you. It's not true. Fear is not real. Whatever it is trying to convince you of, it's not true. It is not true, not at all. Sometimes we feel like, okay, if we do this thing, what if this bad thing happen? Some things are inevitable, like, but I used to be very afraid of my grandfather's death, and then when it happened, like, it happened and it's beautiful, like, and I think I'm gonna cry. But yeah, so but even we should not stop ourselves, because certain things are just they do happen, they're gonna happen regardless. But we should not it's not a wise thing, like, like someone's old is gonna die, and yes, it's gonna, um some things, like, maybe someone, and they're gonna die 40 years later, but you're panicking yourself because of their death that's gonna happen 40 years later, right now. That's not a wise thing to do, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when we are following our creativity, and when we have believed, like, okay, if something, I am doing something good, that means something bad is gonna happen. That fear can be there, but challenge that fear, like, is it, does it even make sense? Does it even make sense, and when you are going down the spectrum, negative, then you're like, oh my god, what if something unexpected happen? Then you're like, okay, if I go out, and then what if, like, I'm met with an accident, so then I never go out. The fear can stop you from a lot of things. And don't let, just like, have a solid um connection with God, so that fear is not overpowering you and driving you crazy with certain things. Don't let it happen for you, Don't let that, because I know the darkness and what we can, become a victim to, because that fear and darkness can overpower us. But create that solid, get in sunshine, get in sunshine, spend more time in nature, get fresh air. All of those things are really good, they, so that the darkness and the negative spirals are not latching on to you. Okay, I hope this video helps you. I'm sure this collective really needed that message. And book a one-on-one intuitive guidance session with me, or like 12 weeks of mentorship with me, if you want to learn to love yourself, rise in your confidence, process the deep feelings that you have been avoiding so far in your life, and become very like, if you're an artist and you can't believe in your creative gifts, I'm your mentor. I am your mentor. The way I can lead you, like, I'm the best for you. Okay? And link of everything is in my description. You can also donate for my rent, food, and basic bills. That will help me a lot. And I'll see you in another video.